Yeah, hi. Hey guys, this is Abhishek from gadgetnews.com, and today we are here at the Xiaomi event and we have the Xiaomi Mi 4 with us. This device has been launched finally in India. So the Mi 4 is going to be available from February, and again it will start selling from the next 2 weeks from now. You can start and basically you can go and register on Flipkart for this device in case you want to buy Mi 4. So again, whether you would like to buy Mi 4 or not, that is something which we are going to basically ask you. We have some good number of reasons for which you would like to select the Mi 4 out of the other smartphones out there. The pricing which has been announced for this device is not so exciting, I would say. I was really not happy with the pricing. They could have priced it slightly less as per the price which they have given for this, even when this is a non 4G model. So this is a 3G model which they have launched for a price of 19,999, and again it comes with decent hardware specification, a 5-inch high definition display, one of the best build quality I would say, but again the bezel is also very thin on this device, which is also adding to the overall look and feel. So device is very handy when it comes to one-handed usage because of the thin bezels, and the build quality they have given is also pretty good. They have given again steel edges. Again, the complete frame which actually holds the complete phone together actually is made up of steel. So it is steel. At the back you have polycarbonate plastic which has a glossy finish, which might be kind of difficult to hold. It is kind of slippery already. This is something which I can say as far as initial expressions are concerned. You definitely need a case for this once you buy this phone. We have the headphone jack over there at the top, and we have the IR blaster as well, so you can use it as a TV remote. We do have a secondary microphone as well on this device for noise cancellation and video chat. We have a 13 megapixel camera at the back, which is again capable of shooting high definition videos. You can also record slow motion videos at 120 fps, which is again a very good thing. Talking about the bottom, we have the micro USB port for data syncing and charging, and we have the loudspeaker mesh over there, which is also pretty loud on this device. As far as display is concerned, the display is again an IPS display, and again the clarity of the display is very good. The viewing angles are very nice, and again it is also visible even right now in kind of not direct sunlight, but in daylight this display is kind of visible. You can read the display even without basically taking a look over the brightness. Without controlling the brightness, you can see the display in daylight, which is a very good thing. Talking about the front camera is a fixed focus 8 megapixel camera, which is again a very good thing. So the camera wise, this phone is good enough, and one thing which they have given with this phone is the MIUI 6. So this is going to be the first phone launched in India which will come with MIUI 6. So that means you are getting MIUI 6 on top of Android, which is very responsive, which is very fluid, and there is no lag which I can notice. And one thing which they have done is that they have done a lot of research as far as different applications are concerned, how these applications basically should run on your phone, and what kind of options they should provide so that you can actually use them better. So all that is possible on this phone, and you can actually use this phone much effectively with those customizations which there has been there in the MIUI 6. And again, the MIUI 6 is not only coming on the Mi 4, but it is also rolling out to other devices including Mi 3, Redmi 1S, Redmi Note. So you will get to see MIUI 6 very soon. By end of February, you will be getting the MIUI 6 on your devices if you have a Xiaomi device apart from Mi 4. So this is about the UI. Talking about the overall value for money, I would say the pricing which they have set for this phone is again kind of higher as compared to some other competitors which are there in the market. Again, competitors, when I say the main competitor for this phone is going to be the OnePlus One, which is again given at a price of approximately 23,000 rupees, which is kind of high as compared to the pricing of this one. This is again approximately 20,000 rupees, so 2,000 to 3,000 price difference is there, but you are getting a 5.5-inch display on that device, which is a very good thing. You're getting great build quality like this. You're getting a slightly better design, I would say, which is better than the glossy back which we have on the Mi 4. This is something which I can say. But OnePlus One is facing a kind of a ban, and they are coming up with the new ROM, so you will not be able to use Cyanogen mod ROM on OnePlus One if you plan to buy it. But again, that device has better again the same hardware, I would say, but slightly better things as far as the build quality, the design is concerned. The build quality and design is definitely better on OnePlus One as per my opinion. And again, when it comes to the overall form factor, the form factor of the OnePlus One is kind of heavy as compared to this one. This is very light. This is kind of light light enough to hold in one hand, and also to use it with one hand it is not an issue. Bezel is again kind of thicker as compared to the bezel which you see on the Mi4, on OnePlus One. Again, talking about the overall value for money, both of these phones are kind of value for money, but if I compare it with OnePlus One, the major form factor or the major reason which can actually make OnePlus One a better competitor as compared to this one is going to be the bigger display. So you're getting a bigger display, 5.5 inch, whereas you are getting a 5-inch display on this device, which is the case. Talking about the configuration, we have 16 GB of internal memory and 3 GB of RAM, 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 801 chipset, which is a quad-core CPU. And again, this phone is very responsive and there is no issue. This is again a high-end phone coming for approximately 20,000 rupees, which you will have to pay. Buying this phone is again going to be difficult. Just like any other Xiaomi device, you will have to basically register on Flipkart and buy it. So in order to buy it, you need to register, and you can register for this phone by today after 6 PM, and then you can actually go ahead and buy it if you are lucky enough to get it. Because again, when it comes to the stocks, they have announced that they will be selling this phone with the initial stock of approximately 25 to 30,000 units. So they will have 25 to 30,000 units in the first lot which they will send on Flipkart, and after seeing the response they might increase the number of units being sold every week, but again it is going to be very difficult to buy this phone. So as far as the overall things which are concerned for this phone, there are some good points, there are some bad points as compared to some other phones which are there in the market. The first phone which I would say is a close competitor is going to be OnePlus One, which is going to give you a bigger display, but also it costs more as compared to this one. Both of them are difficult to be bought. When it comes to the Mi4 has some good points like a very good build quality, steel edges, which is again making this phone very nice. One thing which I really doubt is that there is not a little gap in between the screen glass and the edge, which might make it kind of brittle. So I'm not sure whether it can actually survive a drop, but it is going to be difficult to say whether it will be able to basically survive that drop and resist to the drop in day-to-day usage. We will test that once we do the full review. But they have a Corning Gorilla Glass as well on this device, which will make sure that the display is strong and it will not get any scratches or scratches, or it does not break easily, which is the case. Talking about the build quality is very good. Again, when we talk about the UI is one of the best UI you get on this device. I would say the way in which they have worked on this UI is very nice. Even I have seen the Cyanogen Mod ROM devices, but the MIUI 6 is definitely very good. It is very much optimized for your needs. It gives you a lot of options. They have actually given a demonstration. Hugo Borra actually has given a lot of demonstration about different applications being customized, including mailing application, messaging application. They have a lot of themes which you can go ahead and download for free. So again, in that particular scenario, I would say the UI is very much supported by a community. So in case you want to buy this phone, you can buy it for the UI as well, which is again a very good reason. And again, when we talk about the overall value for money, this looks like a decent value for money, but I was expecting this phone to cost less than 20,000 rupees, which they have given the price for this one. Again, this is a non 3G model, so we might see a 4G model coming after this, and that should have a 64 GB memory inside and it will support 4G, whereas this one has 16 GB memory inside and it does not support 4G as of now in India. So you are getting a non 4G phone for 20,000 rupees. But one thing which is very good is the UI, for which you can actually bet on this phone, and hardware is very good as well. So all in all, this concludes our kind of initial quick review, you can say, or initial impressions you can say about this phone. And this is something I would like to say, that this phone is good enough, but there are a lot of other worthy competitors as well in the market which you can look forward to once you plan to buy this one. And make sure you compare this phone with the other phones which are there in the market for the same price or slightly for a higher price. But let's see, and we will do a comparison as well later on, and we will give you our view, or like which one is better and why. So that's all from us. Thanks for watching this video. In case this video helped you by clicking, you can always click the like button below this video. You can also subscribe to our YouTube video channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.